channel. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you guys the differences between imbalance and fair value gap. Most people who just start SMC, who start trading SMC, doesn't really know the differences between fair value gaps and imbalances. They don't really know the differences. Now, what we're looking for in fair value gaps is different from what we're looking for in imbalance. As you can see, they are likely slightly the same. Yeah, you can see the high and the low is the same. The way they are being measured is exactly the same, but they are used for different reasons, absolutely different reasons. Okay, now in the fair value gap, what we're looking for is we expect price to come into the fair value gap, and then we look for a possible buy setup. We look for a way to buy all the way to the upside, and this is the simple way fair value gap works. But for imbalances, it's a bit different. It's in fact very different. Now, we don't need the market to come into this fair value gap zone or this particular zone that you are seeing right here. We need it to penetrate through it. Now, what we're looking for in imbalance is for it to penetrate through it and mitigate this other block. What you are looking for is for it to come in, penetrate through it, and then mitigate this other block or demand zone, and then we buy from that level. You can see the clear difference between an imbalance and a fair value gap. A fair value gap gives you lower risk to reward ratio, while a imbalance gives you more risk to reward ratio. For example, most people would want to put a setup like this because they want to use whichever one that works, and you can see the risk to reward is not really great, but here you can see the risk to reward is a lot more better. Now, if you go to the live chart, I'm going to go to the live chart and give you examples of how you can use fair value gaps correctly and how you can use imbalances correctly. So here you can see in Euro USD, here we have a fair value gap right here. We have a particular fair value gap right here, a very little fair value gap. Yeah, and here we also have an order block right here. So most fair value gap traders would want to buy immediately market comes into this fair value gap, give them some kind of confirmation, and then probably long all the way up. But as an imbalance trader, you want it to penetrate through it, and then you can buy all the way up. And most people who would want to use a setup like this would want to buy from this particular zone right here, the fair value gap, and aim for the overall lows, and then probably you can see the risk to reward isn't that great, but instead we can just put it in our other block. And if we check how this play out, it actually played out pretty well. Market ended up coming into the limit order. And you can see market penetrated deeper through it, didn't hit our stop loss, but eventually flew all the way to our take profits. And here you can target, let's say, a 1 to 3, a 1 to 2. Personally, I target 1 to 2, but mostly 1 to 1. But if you're targeting a 1 to 2, your take profit might still be in hit. You can see eventually our take profit got hit. Now, this is an example of using an imbalance instead of a fair value gap. An imbalance is much more better than a fair value gap. Now, for people who use fair value gaps, you can see right here, the market must have gone up and they would be pretty happy right here. The market must have gone up. They will say it's a sniper entry, you're probably aiming for all the way up. You can see, but the price will end up giving you more and more opportunities. As you can see, market also did the same thing right here. If you replay this, market also did the same thing right here. Look at what the market did. You can see there is a clear fair value gap right here. There is a clear fair value gap right here. Most people would buy from that fair value gap, but as an imbalance trader, you should be looking forward to buying from this other block. The imbalance or fair value gap is just a confirmation for the possible move all the way to the upside. So we're going to put our limit order right at this demand zone or order block, stop loss a little bit below the demand zone, and probably target, let's say 1 to 2, probably target 1 to 2. And you can see price ended up coming into it and giving us a good entry all the way to the take profit. Those guys who would have bought from here and the stop loss right here would have gotten stopped out. So when a fair value gap trader wins a trade, imbalance trader loses a trade. But when an imbalances trader wins a trade, the fair value gap trader loses a trade. I don't know if you get how the algorithm works. It's a little bit different, but both have good results, both are good strategies. Now I want you guys to go back to your charts and back test the strategy like I just did for you guys. Back test it, make sure it's profitable. If it works for you, you can use the strategy and kill the market pretty good and pretty well. Kindly hit the subscribe button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It will do me a lot if you hit the subscribe button. Like this video. At least drop a comment on what topic I should teach next or what topic I should talk about next. Thank you.